Christopher Newport claimed its third straight indoor title at the 2016 CAC Women's Indoor Track and Field Championship, making the captains a perfect 3 for 3 at the indoor meet since joining the CAC in the 2013-14 school year. The captains will once again serve as the host of the championship meet, beginning Saturday morning at the Freeman Center on the CNU campus. A number of CAC athletes have put together stellar performances this winter, with several records and NCAA top times being posted. The list of performers includes CNU's Logan Harrington, who captured Indoor Athlete of the Year honors at last year's meet. This year's meet will feature 8 teams for the first time, as Southern Virginia added track and field as a varsity sport this season. Now let's take an inside glance at each team entering this weekend's championship.
We're really excited to be hosting the championships again this year. Obviously, we've got our women's title to defend, and we're going to see a lot of great individual competitions up and down the line. We're excited. It's the highlight of everybody's season as far as the team is concerned. The whole team's involved with it. We're a little down in the sprints this year, so we're going to be watching a lot of really good competition between Wesley, Frostburg, and Mary Washington on that front. We've got a good hurdle crew. Penn State Harrisburg has a really fast hurdler. We're looking forward to doing battle with her. 3 of the top hurdlers in the nation are going to be going after it in that race, so we're really excited about that. In the jumps, obviously Salisbury's got a lot of depth that we're going to have to contend with. And in the throws, Wesley's got a real big thrower in there who's looking good this year that we're looking forward to battle with. So we're excited about all the individual battles along the way, and obviously tallying up all the points and seeing how things turn out for the team score. This has been had a lot of good breakthroughs for the women this year. Our top 2 hurdlers are sophomores, Molly and Hannah. Are both in the top 30 in the country in the hurdles, and they've got a really fast hurdler from Harrisburg to chase down. So we're looking forward to that. Hannah's also had a good year in the jumps. Our combined event specialist, Brianna Sutton, is in the top 5 in the nation right now in the pentathlon. So we'll be getting after the hurdles and some of the jumps as well as the throws. Our throwers have been having a really good year. Hannah Shoemaker is kind of leading the way in both the shot and the weight, but she's got a good group behind her with Sarah and Kayla and Tyler. They're all throwing really well. The hard training they've been doing is really showing and paying off with them. And then obviously in the distance areas, we got Logan Harrington, who's one of the top middle distance runners in the country, and her senior teammates, Brianna Stewart and Emmy Schmidt, have been having really good years, and they've got a good group of freshmen and sophomores behind them that they're leading. So we're looking forward to seeing their first conference efforts.
So as an individual, my goals for the conference championship are obviously to do what I've been doing in practice and to make sure that is seen. And as a goal, we obviously, want PRs, and we want the best out of, what we've been training for. So to have that show up at the championship meet is really what we're looking for. My favorite part about being an athlete at CNU is really that I get to be a well-rounded athlete. I get to compete in multiple events, and outside of being an athlete, I'm also able to do multiple things like be a music major and be a part of Greek life, which is a really big draw for me, because I like to be involved in a lot of things, and the fact that I can do all those things and excel at them here is really what I love about being at CNU. So this season, we've been training really hard, and one of the things that we've been focusing on is training our deficits rather than just excelling at our strengths. So we are still working with our strengths to make those even better, but we're targeting our weaknesses now, and we're strong enough as a team that we can do that. And not, come out the other side and just be, broken. So training and working on the things that we're maybe not the best at yet has really helped. Our schedule has been, at the beginning it was really heavy. We were competing every weekend, and now we've kind of laid off that a little bit. Like, we have an off week between now and the conference championship, which I think has helped. We've also been competing a lot locally. So it's been interesting to see the different atmospheres that can come from the same place. So like 2 meets that we have here are never the same. You always have a different atmosphere depending on who shows up and who's there to compete. So we've had a lot of practice of dealing with those different environments and the different levels of intensity that come with each meet. And I think that'll really help us when it comes to the conference championship meet, because no matter what, who shows up or who's really intense that day, we're still going to be there and we're intense.
We're looking to be competitive in a highly competitive Division III conference. We kind of travel by the mantra of even if we can't beat somebody, we want them to make sure that they know we're there. Our women's team is very improved from last year, so we're looking forward to just how well can we score at the meet. We have a variety of different meets on purpose. Some are smaller, some are larger. We oftentimes see all 3 levels of competition: D1, D2, D3. We've been at some highly competitive meets, some very large meets, so our people have had the opportunity to compete against a variety of levels of competition, which should help prepare us for the championships. Well, we have better depth this year. I think we have better quality this year. We have what I call better event diversity. In other words, we've got our women spread out in different events this year. And anytime you can add depth to your team's going to get better. So we've made improvements in that area. I think the performances so far this year would suggest that we've got some good things to come in the future here.
My expectations, I guess, is that we continue to get PRs, just so many more PRs. We've been working hard throughout the season, all different meets we go into with different competitions, so just PRs, and continue to build on our progress, and just to show that our conference, that we actually are a force to be reckoned with, and that we're trying to get better and be better on competitors, and so just PRs basically. I think we have a good season, even though we start out kind of slow with smaller meets. So as the season progresses, we get into bigger meets, more competition, more D3, D2, and even D1 schools. So I think our season prepares us because it challenges us all throughout the season. So when we do get to conferences, which is very competitive, we are able to compete and be strong competitors. So we are very well prepared, I believe so. There's so many things. I guess the biggest thing is that you have a young community of people who go through the same thing. Because sometimes you may stop and think like why you do a sport, but then you stop and think there's so many other students in different sports that you get to connect with and have a community of people to fall back on. And just like all the people you get to meet from different backgrounds, different sports, and you learn so many different things. So.
Our goal for this year is to really improve on our finish from last year's championship indoors. I think the way our team is situated and with such a large influx of incomers, we should score better than we did last year. I think for us this year, we have a lot of strong performers who are freshmen, which has motivated the returners to do well. So we should see a good mix of returners and newcomers scoring well at the conference championship. I think another strong performer for us last year, Janelle Moore, who's rebroken her own school record twice this year, should stand to do well in both the 60 and the 200. And she's been challenged this year by a freshman, Erin Andrulevich, who is a freshman from Patriot High School. She should also do well. I think we've had a very competitive, very challenging schedule this year. We went to our first indoor meet was at Roanoke College, their new indoor facility. So it gave us a chance to see some competition that we wouldn't necessarily see from a different part of the state. Also on our schedule this year, we had 2 meets at Christopher Newport, as well as an invitational hosted by the University of Maryland and George Mason's Invitational.
My personal goal is to score points in high jump next weekend, and I think our goal overall is to definitely give CNU a run for their money for the championship. I would say our workouts have definitely been pretty hard, especially first semester, knowing we don't have to compete, don't have to taper, but Alec and Coach Lawson have definitely done a good job to get us ready mentally too. Definitely beating CNU because my first 3 years here, we haven't won the indoor conference championship. So we've had a pretty good schedule. About every meet that we've left, we've came home with some type of record that's been broken. So I don't see why that would change next weekend.
I Our goals and expectations for the championship would be to score as many points as possible, overall team points, and we're hoping to have individuals and team relays improve their ECAC and national rankings. Key performers for us this season so far have been Ashley Williams in the sprint events, 60 hurdles, as well as jumping events. She's currently leading the ECAC in the 60 hurdles. We're also hoping to get her performance down so that her ranking can go up in the national rankings. On the mid-distance and distance front, we have Logan Akers and Veronica Repetz that we're hoping to make some contributions. On the throws side, we're led by Rachel Hare, who will be throwing shot for us. Our season schedule was comprised of competition at the Division 1, 2, and 3 levels. We were able to stay local for most of our meets, but we did end up going out to the Ocean Breeze complex on Staten Island, where we got to see some different competition. Throughout the season, we were also able to see conference competition. So I think it has prepared us very well for the challenges and opportunities that we'll have down at Christopher Newport.
My personal goals for the upcoming championship are to lower my time as much as I can in the mile. I've been working on that even in high school, and now the beginning of the season I got it as low as it's ever been, so I'm hoping to even get that even lower at championships. My favorite part about being an athlete here would have to be the team atmosphere, but also my coaches. Coming from high school, I had a huge track team, and you didn't really get that one-on-one time with your coaches that you get here. And being one of 2 distance girls for the track team right now, you really get that one-on-one time with each coach, and you can tell they care about your event and they want you to be the best you can be. I think the cross-country season actually helped set us up really well for this season, because we didn't have a lot of the groundwork to do getting back in shape. So our indoor season has really been like fine-tuning our workouts and kind of working on our speed and getting ready. So it's been like a transitional season for outdoor, but it's been going really well. I'm really excited to travel with the team, because this is my first overnight experience going with my team. And we're all so close, and we all have different events, different goals, so I'm really excited to go to a championship meet with all of them, and hopefully we all reach those goals that we have set for ourselves. Actually, I've really enjoyed the schedule so far, having meets once a week, but I really like the places that we've gone, because going to the different schools that we've gotten to compete against Division 1, 2, and 3 athletes. So in the end, that's only made us better, having that range of competition.
Goals and expectations for the women are the same as the men. We want to compete at a high level. We've got some nice depth in some areas, such as the high jump and the pole vault. I think we could really score a lot of points there, and then pick up some points in the other events. But we want to be healthy, and I think for the most part we are. And I'm looking forward to what the women can do this season. The key performers, of course, Megan McGowan comes off a very good year last year, was an All-American indoors, broke her school record a few weeks ago, was in the top 5 nationally in the high jump. She's going to kind of lead our field events and our women's team at the championships. Some other women, the vaulters, just a tremendous group along with the high jumpers. Kylie Dumas, a freshman, very talented. She's been vaulting extremely well, but there's a group right behind her. You know, we've got Sarah Taylor, Kathy, Tess, Amanda, and then Summer are going to be a force. Those 6 hopefully will all score for us in that event. In the long jump, we have a talented freshman, Emily Walgren, and then Victoria in the throws, in the shot and weight. So she's gaining every day, getting a little bit better. So I'm proud of her and what she's been able to accomplish this year. In the sprints and the hurdles, Abby Richards is running very well in the hurdles. She's starting to progress along. And then Jamie Farley's kind of picked up from her freshman year in the 4 and 2 and leading us in the 4x4 relay. And then in the distances, Delaney in the 800, she's had some good runs so far. A freshman, Christine Strom, in the mile. And then we've got a bunch of women in the 3K, 5K. But Allison Swartz has been really leading us, coming off of a very good cross-country season.
Well, I mean, I feel like I have some individual goals as well as team goals. As a team, I'm hoping to see some PRs from, the women's and the men's side. Everyone score points. If everyone can score at least 1 point or something like that, that would be great. And, individually, I would like to win the high jump. That's my event. And I would just hope to see the girls team place. I mean, we always want to win, but even being in that top 2 or 3 would be ideal. We started in September, during our preseason. And we have an amazing lifting program. I think that's a lot of our success is coming from that, along with being out there 5-6 days a week, just training hard and, getting our mindset right. We have weekly meetings every week with the team that just kind of helps us, get mentally prepared for the meet the following day. And everybody's just been putting in hard work, and if anyone's injured, we are in the training room just trying to get healthy. So I think that as a whole, we've all just been working hard for months and months. Well, it's my last indoor championship, so I mainly just want to watch everybody compete. This is on the men and women's side. We have amazing freshmen, and then our upperclassmen, we're still holding our own. And, I like to go over, see the triple jump and the long jump and the throws, and watch the distance runs and the hurdles and the sprints, and just honestly seeing everybody compete and cheer each other on. We always have a really good atmosphere at the championship meet. So I'm just excited to be with everybody and enjoy my last one.
Southern Virginia University Women's Track and Field. We're excited to be participating in our first NCAA membership track and field team at the conference meet at Christopher Newport University. We've had a good couple of meets leading up to this weekend. We'll go to Roanoke College for our final meet in preparation for the meet back at Christopher Newport. We've got a pretty small girls team, to be honest. We're just under 10 total athletes. We've got a collection of sprinters and some distance runners, and that makes up our roster. Hopefully this will be a springboard for outdoor, but obviously going forward into future years, we'd like to build our roster up to where we have throwers, jumpers in every jumping event, sprinters, hurdlers, and distance runners. Our goal at the conference meet would be to gain experience, to have fun, and to really compete hard. Whether or not we have anyone make it into the top 5, I can't say with confidence yet. I think that we can walk away from that meet feeling very, very positive if we leave with some of the best times that these young ladies have produced all season, and they're fired up to go for the outdoor season. Our top competitor at this current point has been Sydney Bigelow. She's a middle distance runner and will likely compete in both the 1 mile and in the 800 meters.
We try to really prepare ourselves for the national championships, and we are off to a little bit of a slow start for us this year on the women's side. We've had some great performances, but some of our key performers have not quite reached what they normally do. But I feel like a lot of those women are seniors, and they've been in this championship 3 years. This will make their 4th year, and I think they know what it's about, and I think they know how to compete at these championships, and I expect them to do very well. Well, it's been a little bit different this year. In the years past, Elijah Streeter has always been pretty much, the horse, the go-to, but she's battled some different situations this year that we're trying to overcome, so she's just finally getting going. And then, so really it's been kind of a different cast. Some of our younger women have really kind of stepped up. Obviously, senior Angel Hall has done well this year, but I think Quadira Minus has stepped up. And then I think people like Jordan Beverly in the throws, Ashley Morris in the hurdles, even Courtney Williams, freshman Courtney Williams, has done a good job of filling in on different relays and stuff like that. And Lakeisha Brown-Myrick. I mean, there's a list. Freshman, very talented freshman Jasmine Brown. So there's been kind of not our normal people have been the ones kind of stepping up, not the ones we're used to, not our usual gunslingers. So I'm pretty happy with where the women's program is at, and I think that if we continue to add a really good recruiting class this year to what we have returning, I think the women are going to stay national top 25 for years to come. Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, I can remember when I came 4 years ago, and I don't know how many teams there are in the nation, but I'm pretty sure Wesley was at the bottom on the women's side. I think one particular year the year before I came, they didn't even, I think, score a point at one of the CAC championships. So, to be a top 25 program with your first senior class getting ready to graduate, I mean, I think it shows, how far we've come, and some people can say it's in a long time, short time. I know it's been some time because I can certainly feel it on my body. So, but I'm proud of it.
Either first in the weight throw and second in the shot. I want to continue to be seated at that, but in shot I want to improve. I want to be first in both weight and shot and just make my coaches proud. This prepared me a lot. Every meet I get better. I watch my tapes and films and I see what I've done wrong, and each meet I improve and I get better at it. The relationships that I've made, the coaches that I've talked to, and just my entire team, they've helped me through so much.
Same thing as the men that we're looking at with the women is we're scoring top 8 this year, so that's going to throw a curveball into everything. The great thing about the women's team this year is this is the first time since I've been head coach that we have at least one female in every event that we believe has a good chance of scoring. So we're looking at with scoring top 8 this year, being a top 3 team as a team.
For myself, for championships, I definitely just want to finish my race. That's always one of my goals going into any meet. Just want to finish the race, give it my best, know I gave it my all. Always want to run a faster time. So it's definitely one of my goals. A team goal, I just want or hope all of us can place and get some points for the team, hopefully get us in top 5. And just finish the indoor season with a strong championship meet.
We've had some really good showings this year. We had 2 school records from freshmen, Georgia in the 200 and Gabby in the weight throw. So we're looking for them to carry over that success. We've also had good showings from our 4x4. Kathleen is ranked number 1 in the 3K and the 5K. So we're looking for all of them to carry that success into the conference meet.
My season has gone crazy, like a roller coaster. Just coming back from an injury, it was difficult at the beginning, but seeing my times improve each meet was definitely awesome as a bonus. So I hope I can continue that into conferences. So it's definitely been an improvement and an exciting trip.
The schedule's been good this year. Same thing as the men. We went to F&M this year, went to both days of Bucknell. Some really good competition that we usually don't see. F&M's track was brand new. It was gorgeous. And then obviously hitting up Susquehanna like we usually do. Taking the weekend off before conferences for the first time ever to have everybody on fresh legs for the conference meet.
Running faster and hopefully getting to break the record again, just because my times have been improving so much and each time I get faster and faster. So it'd definitely be awesome to go into conferences and run fast and give it my all and also be able to get another record at the same time.
The feeling of the women winning cross country has definitely carried over. I think they're willing to work a little harder now that they've kind of tasted the championship for the first time. But they realize that now they have a bullseye on their back and everybody's coming for them. So it'll be an interesting side of the distance things when we get to conferences.